welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we're making the bracelet that is essentially chevrons, but it's also rings. And it was pretty much exactly how I anticipated it would be. Kind of talked about it with the making the pattern and how relatively simple and yet just a little bit of mm, yeah, it's that you have to rotate these a lot, and you don't really get like a big section to work on at a time. And I think that's probably like the my biggest reason why I don't do a lot of this kind of thing is it just takes so much longer to get the same amount of stuff done. So, okay, so what we're doing here, this is, and I kind of talked about this um, in again the whole making the pattern is I'm just going to create that first diamond with the strings for this part. And then we kind of go to the other side of the cool braid that we have here and we do it again, except for it comes the other way. So this is, for me, this is sort of a backwards knot. Um, but that's because I learned going to the right first. It was like the only knot that I ever even knew. So to me, this is the backwards. I think everybody calls it the backwards knot. I kind of feel like that if you were left-handed, maybe you learned this way, and that would make this the forward. I don't know. I'm not sure. If anybody's left-handed, let me know is if they see this differently. But anyways, and it didn't matter which side I started with. It's all the same. It doesn't. That wasn't a prerequisite or anything. Um, and so here we do the other side. And again, it's about getting the hots and the colds separated from each other. And yeah, really got to make sure you get them all. Okay, so then it's the reds, then the oranges, then the yellows. So yeah, this is going to be a kind of a quick video actually, because this really was simple. There was not a whole lot to I could say that I learned from it. And I think I pretty much covered all of the different ideas and stuff in the when I made the pattern. But figure maybe somebody wants to see actually how it comes together. And so we have this. And yeah, it is a nice bracelet. It is very cool. Again, doubled up string, and it's the thicker stuff, so you could like fit a pen or something into it, or it just makes like a kind of a chunky thick bracelet on your wrist. um but I do think it's kind of fun that it's a ring that kind of goes all the way around. So on one side it looks like chevrons that are going up, and the other side it's chevrons coming down, but at the end of the day it's just coming around. It's the whole what happens with a tube. So, and here you can see like the two diamonds. And this would be like if you were just making a really wide bracelet and you wanted, like the the loop to be in the middle of, the two diamond things. So it's kind of like a teardrop. Um, yeah, this would be a way of doing that. Um, Obviously, though, we take the extra step in joining the other side. So, yeah, the last yellow will come across. I definitely think, as far as the tubes go, this might be like the easiest one to have for somebody that's pretty much a novice. Um, Mainly because you don't have to think about it. It's really kind of easy. So yeah. So you can see now at this point, it's it's pretty well joined together, but you might as well just take it all the way down. This is basically the the easiest it's ever going to get with the whole thing, is while it's all laying nice and flat. And by right, I could have brought both yellows down. I don't think that would have mattered. The strings all get used really, really evenly, so you don't have to worry about one of them running out or anything. That's not a problem here. And you can, because it's so repetitive, you can kind of go as far as you want, like, or at least until the string runs out. There's no kind of worries. I didn't do something where we made a center to it or anything. So yeah. And then, yep, that's how I brought it around. And here's where the green starts off. And you can see, like, there's not a whole lot of room to kind of get them going very far in either direction. If this had been like one of the bigger ones, like, so this is, well, it's 12 on either side. So 24 strings coming down. If this had been like a 36, you get more space, when it's laying flat. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to switch it up and like put like how these ones had an extra color in between each one of the rainbows, it would make it maybe go just a bit quicker. You can see too, like, because like there's the two greens or whatever, bringing them both down, that is a bit faster than if we were just doing one single each color in the thing. So that might have been even more tedious realistically. And yeah, I bring down the blue, so I'm bringing down like 4 strands at a time, which again, it's just about like not having to unclip and reclip nearly as much, because that, it just adds time to it. It just makes the whole project last longer. So all right, we're about halfway through the video. This is going to end kind of abruptly. So I want to thank my Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members for making all of this possible. I really can't do it without their help. So thank you so much, guys. And yeah, YouTube members actually got to watch this getting made, during a live stream. So that was kind of cool. So, all right. What else can I really tell you? Yeah, it's just kind of working. Again, work on whatever you can comfortably and just try to keep the progress going, because that's really what it comes down to is, trying to come from the top part and bringing it down. And then, yeah. And you can see I kind of squish it down some too, because that kind of gives me a little bit more of the surface area for bringing them around. But it didn't matter, right? I still had to kind of pull it up, shift it around. There was a lot of that. Seriously, a whole lot of that. But again, it's really pretty. It's it's a really nice bracelet. Hopefully you guys will have fun making it. If you do, tag me. I'd like to see what you guys are making. Again, it doesn't have to be a rainbow. You could do fades. You could do pretty much anything that you want to, any colors that you like together. In this case, it's 6 colors. You can make that more or less. Yeah, have fun with it. Make it your own. Again, bigger around, a little bit easier. Oh, when I got to the end, I went green, blue, purple, and then realized, okay, that's a good place to end, because then if I just do the red to down to the yellow and the orange to the yellow, and then just the yellow square at the bottom, it just makes it so that way you get a tassel of cold colors and you get a tassel of hot colors. So maybe that helps. Hopefully, there's something that kind of came up while I was working on it that I thought was kind of nice. Again, I could have gone longer, could have gone until the red, orange, and yellow had gotten to the end, and then did the same thing, but with the cold colors instead. Or not worried about it, and then let them get mixed however they get mixed. It's really up to you guys. That's the biggest takeaway that I want to give you guys is that all of this stuff is about making choices and creating things. And if I give you like the basic idea of like how it starts and how it works, that you can run with it and come up with your own things and have some fun. Because yeah, being creative, that's what kind of drives me the most. So yeah, so here I'm trying to see how much I can get done um while like in the one area. So like I did the purples and do the reds. And then if I can bring four strings down, on either side, even if it's just small chunks at a time, it just feels a little bit more productive. And yeah, like I was saying in the other one too, you don't want to try to go kind of because it curves around, right? You don't want to go beyond that and try to connect strings that aren't sitting up on top because it will distort the knot. And then when you take it up, it will look weird. So, and this is sort of like a strange size too. Like I did some other ones that were a little bit smaller where I used like chopsticks and stuff to kind of hold it so I could just kind of rotate it as I went along. I mean, I guess because this is more pencil size, I could have used, like a pencil or something to do that with. Um, but the clip was working fine. You know, it's, and two, it's kind of nice, I guess, to show the possibility that you don't need extra hardware. Just a board and a clip is really all that was necessary to make it. So hopefully that maybe that helps people who, you know, don't have whatever to, try to prop a pencil or something on and because yeah, I used in the past, I used all kinds of like crazy different tools to make tubes and stuff easier for myself. So I don't know. This is obviously doesn't have to be crazy. All right, guys, it's almost coming to an end. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please hit like, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.